Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session on Housekeeping Terminology 1. If you've seen my videos of Front Office Terminology series, you will know that we are doing basic terms, jargon, technical terms for that particular core subject. So this is important for all students across years, first years, second years, third years, as well as final year students who are appearing for campus interviews. Basically, I plan to do this as a series of videos. So housekeeping terminology 2, 3, and so on, like I've done my series on front office terminology. I hope you find it useful and immensely applicable in your work life and immediately in your campus interviews. My name is Dr. Samir Divanji. I am a training and placement head and associate professor at AISSMS College of Hotel Management. I can't even begin to tell you the importance of technical knowledge. It is absolute foundation of any career. So it would be wonderful to get your basics absolutely strong and know all the jargon and technical terms so that you can work well, you can impress, and you can really go ahead in your career. Attention to detail, whenever we are describing terms, we are not just blurting out the answer that comes, we are giving a proper, well-rounded answer with attention to detail. That is the difference between a good hotelier and an excellent hotelier. Every year when I get campus interviews, companies coming to campus interview, or in my career in the hotels when I've worked for 23 years, and I've gone across India to conduct interviews, this is one thing which is so basic and yet lacking, the basic technical terms or basic technical knowledge. All right. So here's to stronger basics and stronger foundation. Let's start with some terms in this video. The first basic term is amenity. Now here I want you to give examples of also brands. All right. So you must know brands like Forest Essentials or Molton Brown. Yes, it's a UK company which has absolutely fabulous luxury amenities. So what's an amenity? A service or item offered to guests or placed in guest rooms for convenience and comfort at no extra cost. So as the picture says, soaps, shampoos, conditioners, oil, lotions, all these things are part of amenities. And five-star hotels, luxury hotels really keep amenities that make the guest feel pampered, valued, and extremely happy. So you must know what are amenities and you must be able to quote examples like Forest Essentials, Molton Brown, etc. Turn down service, not to be confused with second service. This is an important service provided by housekeeping every evening, depending on the SOP of the hotel, where the guest room attendant or the housekeeping associate goes to an occupied guest room in the guest's presence or absence and services the room, primarily restocking supplies, tidying the room, turning down the covers, and preparing the bed for the night. Most hotels like to keep a little amenity, an edible amenity. Chocolates are passe now, but yes, a nice baked amenity maybe, or just a little thoughtful good night card, along with a little, maybe a soft toy if there's a child in the room, or as you can see in the picture, fragrance. This is jasmine or mogra kept along with a little card. So turn down service is just that you're preparing the room for the night. Inventory is stock taking. Basically, hotels to run smoothly, housekeeping to run smoothly requires a lot of items, and you need to know how much you have, how much you need to reorder. So stocks of merchandise, operating supplies, and other items for future use is known as inventory. Linen, cleaning supplies, there are hundreds of items in an inventory, especially in a housekeeping department. King size bed. All right. Different books give different options here. I've also read an 80 by 80 inches king size bed, but here we've written as per Raghu Balan, that 78 inches by 80 inches is the Eastern king bed, and 72 by 80 is the California king size bed. All right, so this is really a large bed, luxurious bed, so that the guests are really, really comfortable, because typically studies shows that the guest spends the most time of his guest room stay on the bed. All right, in a business hotel as well. So hotels have started investing in a mattress or a bed more and more than other amenities or other facilities. All right, for instance, Heavenly Bed by Westin. If you don't know, look it up. What is Heavenly Bed? All right. Next, we come to a term called deep cleaning. This is not your regular cleaning of a guest room. This is a specialized intensive cleaning. It could be just not just a guest room. It can also be a deep cleaning of a restaurant, where that restaurant is really, really shut for one evening or one morning service and completely serviced and deep cleaned, right from the shampooing of carpets to vents to all the places that you don't reach otherwise. Yeah, so that's deep cleaning, which is done as a schedule, as a rota for all guest rooms and public areas. Departure room, simple term, also known as checkout room, vacated room. In a PMS, you'll see it as vacant, dirty. All right, so a room from which the guest has departed, settled the account, handed over the key, and left the hotel. Known as a departure room, checkout room, vacated room, or as I told you, PMS status, vacant, dirty. It has to be readied, of course, for the next arrival. Ergonomics, very important term, a little neglected in our industry, very important study. It's a study of people in relation to their working environment. We want to ensure you have a long working life. We all are healthy, happy. We work for many years and work well. So as the first picture says, the fellow is making the bed and he's bending the right way. He's bending in his knees and using, the deadlift kind of a thing to fold the bed or lift the mattress. The last one is the bad posture where he's bending and making his back very, very vulnerable for pain or any muscle injury. The next picture also talks about all of us who have to sit at their desk. Now, while watching this video, here you are in front of a gadget. It could be a laptop, PC, or your mobile phones. How are you looking at them? Is your back or spine straight, legs placed firmly on both feet, weight on both feet, the distance between the gadget, eye level, all that. So that's ergonomics. Flow pantry, very important. All hotels, when they are designed, have a flow pantry, which is like a service room provided on the guest floors for the guest room attendants or housekeeping associates to store cleaning agents, equipments, guest supplies, guest room linen, even maids, carts, etc. So you don't have to keep running back to the department, which may be in the basement or 10 floors down. It saves a lot of uh, time, energy, and money, of course. So housekeeping pantries are on every floor. Sometimes if the hotel is really spread, maybe two on each end of the floor, so that the housekeeping associates can work smoothly and keep replenishing their carts with amenities, with cleaning supplies, linen, etc. It's a mini department in itself. Double locked, don't go by the picture. That's not how double locked, you're using two locks. But double locked is basically an occupied room in which you turn the deadbolt on so that nobody can enter from the corridor just by turning the knob. All right. Also, a regular key will not open this double locked room, only a grandmaster key or an emergency key. It's an extra safety feature for the guest to feel more safe, secure. Also, I remember in my operations days when there were no mobiles, we had to contact some guest who was not paid his, partially paid his room bill, and the bill is run into many thousands or even a lakh. And we had to contact him or her. And if we were not able to, we would double lock the room from outside so that the guest, when he goes with his key, cannot open the room and he has to contact the front office. So that was one way of communicating to the guest of and using double lock. Linen, again, as I said, attention to detail. So here we are going to give a well-rounded definition of linen. I want you to answer very impressively. So linen is a generic term, and linen is also a material. So when somebody asks you what is linen, you must say it has two meanings really. One, it's a material woven from the fibers of flax plant. So that's linen material, all right? Like you have cotton material from cotton plant, or you have wool from sheep, that is linen from flax plant. Linen is also very generically used or generally used in hotels for all the linen under or all the things that you have under that particular head. So restaurant linen will have all your table napkins or your tablecloths, all those things, and they may not be made of linen material, but they are generically called restaurant linen. Bed linen may have uh, bed sheets, may have pillow covers, so on and so forth. So this is linen. Discrepancy report. Any difference is a discrepancy. So room status discrepancy really here. So if the front office has a report called that this room is occupied, and the housekeeping physically checks and doesn't find the room occupied, it is vacant, then of course alarm bells have to go on, and this is a discrepancy. So in this case, probably the front office has forgotten to show the checkout, all right, or the guest has skipped without paying the bill, which is also not a nice place to be in. So the guest has vacated the room without the knowledge of the front office, and of course skipped without paying the bill, and thus a skipper. So any status discrepancy, room status discrepancy, is noted in the discrepancy report. It could also mean that not just room status in terms of vacant or occupied or vice versa. It could also mean that front office thinks it's single occupancy room, but housekeeping checks that two guests are staying in that room. That is also a discrepancy. You must be wondering why I have put this term here, but we are doing basics and we are doing everything right. So WC is water closet. You must know the full form of this. So as you can see in the first picture up there with brown tiles, it's a sanitary fitting consisting of a toilet bowl and a cistern. All right. So that's WC for you. In the second picture towards the wall, you see a WC also. But here is my opportunity to introduce you to a term called bidet with a silent T, or bidet. It's known, it's more seen in old hotels or heritage properties. It's not seen in modern hotels now. It's to further your hygiene. You know, after using the WC, a guest can then clean his bottom even better using a bidet. So that's a bidet for furthering your hygiene and cleanliness purpose, found in older hotels. Chamois leather is mainly used in cleaning and polishing. Originally, skins of chamois goat antelope were used, but now, of course, we have faux leather or simulated leather because, of course, of the awareness of cruelty to animals and the entire PETA movement and being friendly to the environment. So it is a simulated leather, not real leather now, but it gives that effect. So it's used wet for cleaning windows and mirrors and dry as a polishing cloth for silver. All right. OPL, believe you me, I didn't know this term OPL for many years in spite of knowing what it is. But probably back then we didn't use it much in operations. It's on-premise laundry. So some five-star hotels, when you visit the back areas, you see some hotels with a laundry, some without a laundry. So what does one do when you don't have a laundry? Of course, you outsource. A lot of hotels have a smaller laundry where guest linen is laundered, and all your restaurant linen, bed linen, any other linen, uniforms mainly, all that is taken to the off-premise laundry or outsourced. It has many benefits, of course, because laundry is a huge investment in terms of time, in terms of effort, money, space, equipment, technical know-how, having people to work in the laundry, their salaries, maintenance, etc. So an in-house laundry where in the hotel where linen and uniforms are washed, dry clean and processed is known as an on-premise laundry or OPL. Vanity area, simple term again, we have included it because that's the place in the bathroom where you keep all your lovely amenities and make the guest feel pampered. So it's a unit comprising a wash basin, sorry for the spelling, and a mirror surrounded by a flat area where soap, dental kits, shaving kits, tooth glasses, all that is kept on the vanity counter. There's a nice bud vase or a nice potted plant kept there. So that's the vanity area in every hotel guest room. So these were the terms that we discussed today. I hope it's been uh, uh, an informative session, and you will look at the videos on front office and more in housekeeping as well. So these were the terms that we did. I hope it's led to deeper understanding and revision, of course, of these terms. You may want to take up the quiz that we have. The description has the link to it. I've referred Raghu Balan and of course my own personal notes and my industry experience. And yeah, thank you for your time, for your patience and your commitment to be an excellent hotelier. Have a pleasant day ahead. Thank you.